Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Amber on my YouTube doing readings or whatever. I'm tired. I done did 5 signs already. I done did Capricorn, Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Gemini. And I wonder what's gonna be the next sign I do. Be mindful that all messages might not resonate with you, so take what do and leave what don't. And also be mindful that I'm not the reader who just focuses strictly on love. I do general messages, so whatever comes out, you might possibly need to hear it. Also, be mindful that my messages are timeless, so it can be past, present, or future energy. Hell, it can be next week that you come about, you know what I'm saying, and boom, the reading resonates with you. So that's what I'm saying. Take what resonates and leave what don't. So yeah. My next sign I'm going to do, let's see. What sign? I'm going to get them out of here. This is going to be the last sign for the night. At 1:11, I just seen that time. So, yeah. This most definitely going to be the last sign. I mean, yeah. I do tonight. I'm hungry. I need to smoke. Why I feel like this one? Oh, yeah. Aries. Is y'all that's next. Y'all are the next sign and the last sign for tonight. Yeah. A bitch tired. Okay. And hungry. And thirsty. Okay, Aries. I love Aries people. Crazy thing is, the only thing I don't like about Aries, especially Aries moon individuals, they have a real bad habit of lying. But see, the gag is, Aries are liars to a certain extent. Sometimes they lie so much to the point they don't even be aware that they're lying. But I had a homegirl who lied so good to the point that you will never know if she was telling the truth or telling a lie. But I loved her, and I had to let her know, like, you lie so good, like, baby, I don't never know if you telling the truth or telling a lie. But that's the good thing about Aries, because in fact, I can't explain it, but Aries have that demeanor, whereas they'll lie to you with a straight face. They'll lie to tell you a whole story like it's a real ass story that just happened. The whole time they be lying. That shit crazy. Aries, y'all in the energy of basically goddamn. It's like y'all are basically at a place where you are happy where you're at in life. I'm not going to say that you feel as though you wish that you can be in a better situation or predicament, but at the same time, where you at currently, you're not regretting it. Okay? Aries. What other messages I got for the Aries? The Rams. Aries. What message I have for Aries? Okay, so yeah. Because maybe at the time, at first, your money wasn't coming in as fast. Your money was coming in slow as hell, but it's like now your money is picking up the pace. Maybe you feel as though you weren't making enough. So you may possibly have gotten a raise, a promotion, or something of that nature. So you may possibly feel like you're a little bit more financially stable versus how you were in the past. Okay. Let's see, Aries. Aries. yeah, like I was saying. So you're fine, like you're secure, your stability have moved up. So it's like I was saying, like you're happy, you're where you at right now. The only thing is now is like maybe when it comes to a situation or just people that may be in your energy, and now the next step that you may possibly need to take is working on communicating with certain people, especially when it comes to compromising or coming to any type of agreements, especially if you're at a place where you basically trying to get everything together, like as far as especially like say for example, if you're in a situation where you are dealing with someone that you have children by, it's like since you are at a place where you are stable, you are getting more financially security, and it's like is now you want to have a discussion with someone that's in your energy when it comes to how things are going to move forward, especially if it do involve children. So it's like you want to know what are they doing in order for things to come into balance, not just for them but also for the children or the child that's also involved. So it's like communication in regards to that is coming in slowly, but eventually it will happen. It's just not, may not possibly be the right time, but it's going to eventually come in, especially since you are on a path whereas you are more content with your happiness, especially like I said, you may have got a promotion or raise, so you are a little bit more financial stable now versus how you were in the past. Aries. Yeah, and you possibly been thinking about contemplating on how the conversation is going to go with whomever. So it's like, because in fact you possibly don't want to you don't want to argue or anything like that. You just basically want to come to some type of understanding or agreement and compromise on how things are going to play out and move forward. So yeah. I got my jacket on now because I went outside with cold. But yeah, so you've been in deep thought about this, just because sometimes you may haven't talked to this person, but you know deep down that y'all need to have some type of conversation, especially like I said, if kids are involved. Yeah, because in fact either you or whoever that's in your energy, who you know that you need to have this communication with, you may possibly feel as though when it comes to them and their patterns and their like how they communicate and how they be moving, they still on the same thing, whereas they're not changing their ways. They still moving very, how can I explain? It's like when everybody goes through some type of rebirth or awaken to, like, they basically know at this time, like, I gotta get myself together. This person, whoever you have in your energy, they haven't evolved yet. They still basically on the same thing. They haven't changed their ways. And it's like when it comes to what's going on, because like I said, it might involve children, it's like you're doing more of being there financially for the child versus the other person. And it's just because of some fact they are still stuck in their old ways. They're still moving the same. And it's like nothing hasn't really changed on their end because of the simple fact they're not really trying to do anything or do any better, just because they're still stuck in their old ways and having the same type of patterns. Yeah, and you may possibly, like, y'all might argue and have a lot of disagreements a lot when it comes to the relationship. Not saying that y'all are in a relationship, but if it is involved a child, it's like y'all possibly have a lot of disagreements and agreements when it comes to the child, because of simple fact it's like you are the one who basically maybe putting in more work and effort and taking care of handling the business when it comes to who's involved, instead of, or rather than them. So it's like it's a lot of fighting and probably a lot of arguing or having a lot of disagreements because you feel like you do more than what the other person does. Aries. Yeah, like I'm saying. And just because of the simple fact y'all aren't really seeing eye to eye and y'all keep bumping heads and tit for tat, the foundation and the communication, all that isn't balanced just because of the simple fact you may possibly, like I said, you may feel as though you always do more, you put in more effort. And if it's supposed to be a co-parent type of thing, one person is lacking when it comes to co-parenting. So it's like it's not really in balance right now, especially if it's a family dynamic. Yeah, like I said, Queen of Pentacles. So this may be a woman, Aries, who is in the energy of the one who I said may have possibly gained a little bit more financial stability. And just because of some fact they are in that energy, whereas they are more so of the provider for the dynamic. Is like they want the father figure to basically also step up too. And it seems like just because the father figure is still stuck in their ways, especially if they haven't changed their ways in any type of shape, form, or fashion, things aren't going to work because, in fact, y'all are doing more arguing instead of coming to some type of agreement and compromising. And that's just because of the simple fact you feel as though you're more financially secure than the the person that you have the family dynamic with. Aries. What message? Oh, shit. Aries. Aries. Yeah, like I said, and Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, and that's why when it comes to the situation that's at hand, especially like I said, if it's dealing with the family dynamic, things aren't changing because in fact, one person in the situation is like they're avoiding or not really trying to make the necessary changes in order for this cycle to be completed so a new cycle can start on a better note. Yeah, because of the simple fact they are, how can I explain? It's like basically you are in the energy whereas you're glowing, you're doing more for yourself, your light is shining, and it's like the more that you try to put in the work and the effort and try to work with this person of the opposite sex, it's like the more that you feel like things aren't going to change. Just because of the simple fact, like I said, you are in a total different energy on a total different timeline versus the person that's still stuck in their old ways and hasn't changed or haven't became awoken to what they need to do in order for things to move forward on a more positive and better note with y'all. Aries, what other message? Yeah, because like I said, like maybe they are in the energy of where they're trying to possibly try to get themselves together, but it's like they're juggling more than one thing or responsibility. Maybe they do have other responsibilities outside the family dynamic, or they're juggling in between on what should I do. Like, should I keep being in my old ways, keep, you know what I'm saying, still be on the same shit, or do I need to move a little bit more smarter, put in a little bit more work and effort? Because something like I said, it's like they juggling like two different thoughts in their brain, just because of the simple fact you are at a place where you are becoming more financially stable than them. And it's like they may possibly don't want you to feel like you, like, of course you're doing more than them, or you already probably feel that way, or that's probably what's going on. But they're basically in their mind juggling how to move forward, especially like when it comes to their own finances, and how to also put in the effort and support the dynamic as well. Aries. I ain't taking all the damn cards, it just fell. Good shit. One more card for Aries. But overall, eventually, y'all are going to have to come to some type of a decision or agreement as a team to see how things are going to be moving forward when it comes to, like I said, the dynamic. Because especially if it's involving children. Get what I'm saying? You catch my drill? One more card for Aries. Yeah. And it's at this time, you are being patient about the situation, maybe because possibly that you know what situation that person is. So it's like you being patient, giving them the benefit of the doubt, because eventually they're going to come to their senses and be able to put in the effort. But at this time, it's like you basically just seeing what's going to happen next. But first and foremost, I feel like y'all need to have a discussion, especially if y'all are co-parenting, so you both can come to some type of compromise and agreement, just because of the simple fact, the more that y'all don't talk or discuss what's really going on, like the elephant in the room, the more that things not going to be in balance, especially if it is children involved, and one person going to always feel like they're doing more than what the other person is. So first and foremost, communication will be key. Compromising, coming to an agreement, Aries. So if this story resonates with you, like I said, you know which role you play, and vice versa. So y'all need to come to some type of understanding and agreement on what's going to be done moving forward, whether they need to get themselves fully together so they'll be able to help and put in effort, or like I said, you can continue to provide like you've been doing, just because in fact you are in a new position, whereas you have gained a little bit more financial stability than that other person, and you can just patiently wait and try to see what happens next. So yeah, Aries, that's y'all reading for tonight. And this might be the last reading I do for the rest of the night, because I'm tired of doing readings now. But yeah.